So you're looking at Cameroon. You see the incredible products. The opportunity? It's huge for any US food importer. But let's be honest, there's a big difference between finding a great product and actually getting it into your warehouse with your profit intact. That's what we're digging into today. And really, it all comes down to this one question, doesn't it? Is sourcing from Cameroon going to be a huge win for you, a real source of profit? Or is it going to turn into a massive logistical problem that just bleeds you dry? It feels like you're walking a tightrope, for sure. Now, check this out. This number is, well, it's pretty staggering. People in the industry know that over 40% of food exports from Cameroon heading to the US get hit with serious delays or are just flat out rejected. We're talking about almost half of all shipments running straight into a brick wall. And that wall, it's almost always compliance. Okay, so this gets us right to the core of it, what we're calling the Cameroon Import Challenge. Look, the problem has never been about a lack of amazing, top-quality products. It's not the producers. The real problem is that for so many importers, the whole supply chain just runs on chaos. And what you need, what you absolutely have to have, is control. And this just lays it out perfectly. The dream, right? It's simple. You find these incredible, unique products, you buy them direct, and you make some great margins. But the reality for so many, it's total chaos. It's endless WhatsApp messages, sudden customs holds over a tiny label mistake, and just watching your profit get eaten alive by fees you didn't see coming. I mean, does this sound painfully familiar? This whole manual approach means you're not an importer. You're a full-time firefighter. You're chasing down invoices in 5 different group chats. You're trying to figure out quality control from a voice note. You're reprinting labels over and over just to meet FDA rules. And you're just hoping that your free forwarder has it all covered. It's exhausting, and you know what? It's just too risky. And then it happens. You get that call, the one you dread. Your container's been flagged. Your cash is tied up, your customers are waiting, and you're just sitting there asking, what went wrong? The simple, brutal answer is you are flying blind. You had no way to see the compliance problems building up until it was way too late. But there's a reason for all this, and it's kind of hidden in plain sight. It's about a total shift in how you need to think about importing. This is where the really smart, modern importers are pulling way ahead of the competition. For the longest time, everyone's focus has been on one thing: finding the best products from the best producers. And hey, that's still important, don't get me wrong. But it's not where you win. The real game changer, the new focus, is something called predictive export flow control. It's not about the product. It's about controlling the process. So what on earth is that? Well, predictive export flow control is all about building a supply chain you can actually see, one that's based on real data and verification. It's traceable, it's predictable, it gets rid of all the guesswork and luck that just causes so much pain in the old way of doing things. And this new focus, this new way of thinking, it's not just a theory. There's a solution that's built around it. It's called the G3 Food Export System, and it was designed from the ground up to give importers like you the control you've been searching for when sourcing from Cameroon. Oh, I absolutely love this analogy because it is so spot on. Just imagine it. Your import desk goes from this chaotic mess of calls, emails, and just pure stress to a calm, organized air traffic control tower. Every shipment is on your radar, it's fully compliant, and it lands exactly when and where it's supposed to. And the process itself, it's actually really straightforward. You still get to do the fun part, right? You shop, you build those key relationships with verified producers, and then G3 Foods steps in. They handle the pickup, the QC, the compliance checks, the container loading, all the paperwork, the whole shebang. And you just watch every single step happen in real time from your dashboard. All right, so let's get into the details a little. How exactly does G3 give you that control? How do you go from pure guesswork to having total visibility? This table just lays it out perfectly. The old way? Manual calls and emails for pickups. The G3 way? A single, centralized schedule. The old way with labels? Every factory does their own thing, which is just a recipe for disaster. The G3 way? One unified, compliant label pack. And tracking? Forget waiting for your forwarder to call you back. Now you get real-time tracking. It's a completely different world. You should really think of G3 Foods as your invisible back office, right there on the ground in Cameroon. They're coordinating all the pickups to make sure you never miss a boat. They have this tool, the Food Compliance Copilot, that automatically takes care of all those complex FDA label rules for you. And the shipment control tower, well, that's what gives you that peace of mind, that visibility from the moment it leaves the factory to the moment it hits the port.
Look, this all sounds great, but what are the actual results? At the end of the day, the proof is in the customs clearance. So let's look at the hard numbers.
First off, just listen to what your peers are saying. The head of ops at Glowway Foods said it all. G3 made trade feel predictable. Predictability. In this business, that's everything. That's the holy grail. That's what this system brings to the table.
And here's the data to prove it. A 97% on-time container clearance rate. Just stop and think for a second what that would mean for your business, for your cash flow, for your relationships with your own customers. It's a game changer.
And how about this one? A 42% reduction in those horrible demurrage fees. The ones that feel like you're just lighting money on fire. This isn't just a cost saving. This is pure profit that goes right back to your bottom line. This might be my favorite stat of all. 0. Absolutely 0 label rejections since 2023 for the producers they work with. They've literally solved one of the single most common, most frustrating, and most costly points of failure in this entire business. But okay, what it all really comes down to is the ROI, right? The bottom line. And the benchmark is clear. For every dollar you put in, you get $7 back in saved fees and secured orders within 90 days. This system isn't a cost, it's a profit engine. So when you boil it all down, it comes to this really simple but incredibly powerful idea. You can finally, truly own your supply chain from Cameroon. You can have the visibility, you can have the control, but without having to deal with the day-to-day operational headache that usually comes with it.
The way forward is pretty clear. If you are tired of the chaos, if you are ready to start importing with real confidence, your next step is to book one of their free export discovery calls. They'll actually take a look at your current setup and show you exactly where the problems are and how they can fix them.
And so I'll leave you with this one final question to think about. I want you to take a really honest look at how you operate right now and ask yourself, is my supply chain running on chaos or is it running on control? Because honestly, the answer to that question could define the entire future of your business. Thanks for watching.